So we lost the whole interview?
Follow Kaddatz. Both up 95, that's
Do you think we can do that again?
the Henderson Hall, you see that wing on the front that you'll use to fly. This is Tyler's first time in a not working in a flight.
Well, I can see where it goes. Can I ask them if they can do it? What's your name and where are you from?
I'm Tyler Kaddatz. I drive the Hydro 350 number 195. I'm from Brockville, Ontario, Canada originally. I live in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada now.
Okay. And could you tell us like what happened out there? Because like we saw the boat and it looked like there was a problem.
Well, so to start, we had a little issue with the throttle cable. It wasn't hooked up, so we got it hooked up and before the 5-minute gun, and we were able to go out there. And then I think on lap 2, there's a bit of a crosswind coming across the course, and I didn't, I guess, miscalculate how strong it was, and just about ended up upside down. So I'm happy that it came back down, and we were able to finish shiny side up in second place.
Very good. Can you tell us more like how the boats work, how fast they are?
Well, the boat this weekend's running a lot better than the last weekend that we had it open, so it's turning really nicely. It does anywhere from, I'd say, 115 to 120 miles an hour in the race, depending on what size of course we're on. Out here, be around those speeds.
When you get wet, like, do you feel like, is that why you have the wetsuit on? Because, like, when you get wet, like, does it keep you dry or at all, or do you get cold?
So this is actually a fire retardant driving suit. So this is to protect us in the event of any fire. So the SFI-5, I believe, gives me about 15 seconds of time to get out before you're 15 seconds of on fire before you have second-degree burns. So it is very wet right now because you sweat a lot in the race. It's hot in the cockpit. So yeah, that's the. Try not to get wet inside the cockpit, but from sweat it happens.
Okay, that's
how do you keep it dry when you're going out to the boat? See the boat's out in the water. How do you keep it dry?
Yeah, so some of the guys here have little floaties that they go out on. I was lucky enough that my crew was able to kind of push the nose in enough that I can hop from the beach out onto the tip of the sponson, so I don't have to get my shoes wet. We try not to get wet inside the cockpit because then it causes it's moist inside the cockpit, and then you start fogging up your windows because we don't have a defogger system there. So we try to stay dry before we get in the boat.
Okay, and then I see that your boat's name is, what is it?
Awesome Secret.
Awesome Secret. So how did that come about with that name?
Yeah, so I think that this was a name I inherited from my dad in his time of racing, and my oldest brother ran with this boat name, so I kept it, and it was Awesome Secret with $2 signs, I think, because it was a secret probably to my mom how much money he was spending on his engine.
And how much does these boats cost, may I ask?
So it depends on how competitive you really want to be. You can buy a Hydro 350 for anywhere from $20,000 to $40,000 used, or up to probably $60,000 brand new, and then your engines are anywhere from $15,000 to $20,000. Again, depending on how competitive you want to be. You can buy used engines from $5,000 to $10,000 if you're just trying to get into it. But if you want to win, and you're going to spend probably $50,000 on the boat and another $20,000 on the engines, and then probably $1,500 a propeller.
Oh, wow. You could buy buy a lot of pretzels with that money.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah,
With-
definitely.
Is that your only racing boat where it's only like one person, or do you have more than one racing boat?
No, this is the only boat that I race. I have a pleasure boat at home for the weekends when I go out with my girlfriend or family. But yeah, this is the one-seater, one race boat that I run.
Oh, nice. Okay, and then how about any pretzels in Canada? How are they?
So our pretzel selection is a little bit lacking in Canada. Actually, we you don't get the fancy pretzels here like you do. I've found these Kaddatz pretzels in New York State and Pennsylvania and different places that it's a nice salty flavored pretzel that is good for drinking adult beverages with.
Well, then you'll have to definitely come to Pennsylvania sometime.
Yeah, or as you said earlier, Pretzelvania.
Yep.
So I didn't realize this was a thing, but apparently that's the state motto, and pretzels in history on your YouTube channel here. So I'll be having a pretzel tonight or two with a beverage.
Can we join you with that?
Yeah, we got a whole bag of Dots pretzels. You're gonna have to have some because I can't eat it all. That's for sure.
And then, what was the other thing that we?
I did want to know a little bit about the boat. Do they lift out of the water? How does the boat, like, compared to like a regular boat, how do they act?
Yeah, so your regular boat is like a V-bottom displacement hull, so it's always like kind of cutting through the water, whereas these are hydroplanes, so they're designed to pack air in the air trap, so they're skimming on top of the water, hydroplaning, so to speak, on a basically a pad of air. So sometimes if you get a block of wind come in like I did, you pack a little bit too much air, and then it becomes more plane and less hydro. So yeah, and it's not good. They take off really easily. They don't land so well.
And then, how old were you when you started racing, and how old were your brothers when they? How old were your brothers when they started racing, and how old were you when you started racing?
Yeah, so I was 11 when my oldest two brothers started racing. I started coming here when I was a kid. And then when I started racing about 8 years ago, I was 29. I started coming here to Lake Apacon because I like the race course. It's a beautiful state park here. Some nice restaurants in the area. We'll be going to Muldoon's tonight for some beverages and some food. And yeah, it's just a great place to come. Like how do you beat being on a beach at a boat race? So it's a good place.
Nice. And then, how many titles and championships have you won?
So I don't have any titles or championships under my belt yet. I've gotten third place in high points for the Hydroplane Racing League, which is a very competitive class. I was quite proud of that accomplishment. I won a final here a number of years ago. My dad was here, but yeah, hopefully a championship will be in my future. But let's try to be consistent this year and see what happens.
Well, good luck to you. I hope you do get that title and that champion.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate
You're
it.
welcome.
Wish you the best of luck, sir.
Best of luck. Thank you.
Thank you.